Kick-ass facts. Pew, 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 pew. Can we talk about my hair for a second? I don't know what I did or how I'm going to recreate this, but damn, I ruined it. Shunammite,ism was inspired by the biblical story of King David and Abishag, and was actually a medical practice prescribed to patients in the 17th and 18th centuries. What is Shunammite,ism? Aside from being fun to say, it is the practice of an old man sleeping with, but not necessarily having sex with, a young virgin to preserve his youth. The rationale was that the heat and moisture of the young woman would transfer to the old man and revitalize him. An orgasm can alleviate cold symptoms. Bye-bye echinacea and vitamin C. Research shows that having the big O can help clear your sinuses. The brain tells the adrenal glands to secrete adrenaline during sexual fulfillment. This release of adrenaline causes the blood vessels to constrict, which in turn causes the sinuses to open. Before the 18th century, doctors believed the female orgasm was vital to the creation of a baby. Unfortunately for women everywhere, doctors later realized that wasn't true at all. R.I.P. the female orgasm. Or not. Head over to the top link in my link tree and in my bio for a link to Bellesa, where if you register, you will receive either a discount code or a free toy. A lot of couples enter into schmex therapy, complaining about a mismatch in their libidos when it could actually be a mismatch in their desire preferences. Spontaneous sexual desire is exactly what it sounds like. It shows up instantly, with or without stimulation. These people don't need as much intimacy or affection leading up to the big event. They like unplanned and impulsive advances toward them, a little drive-by finger twinkle, and maybe a lunchtime quickie. 75% of men experience spontaneous desire, as well as 15% of women, which leaves 25% of men and the vast majority, 85% of women, experiencing something else. What, pray tell, are those other types of desire? Glad you asked. Responsive sexual desire, for one, is when desire shows up in response to stimulation, meaning something sexy happens and the body responds. These people need more affection and sensual touch leading up to the big act, cuddling, massage, hugs. It's normal for someone with responsive desire to not feel desire until several minutes after foreplay has begun. 5% of men and 30% of women experience responsive desire, but there are a lot of people who don't fall into that category either. Allow me to introduce you to contextual sexual desire, which when the circumstance and the environment impact the ability to feel desire. Like if your kids are out of the house for an hour, maybe you go at it like jackrabbits, or you wanted to, but then you ate a big meal and now all you want to do is unbutton your pants and belch. Most people, regardless of gender, fall within a blend of responsive and contextual desire. The myth that women don't peak sexually until their 30s may have originated with the Kinsey study done in the 60s. It compared women in their 20s to women in their 30s, but left out anyone past the age of 40. A recent study analyzed the sex lives of over 600 women aged 40 to 65 for 8 years and found that women who have positive attitudes towards bounce wow wow were more likely to stay active than other women. And let's not forget the alarming rates of STIs in seniors. You've probably heard the myth that men on average think about sex every 7 seconds. That's 8,200 times per waking day. Who's got the time? The reality is that sexy thinking pops into men's heads aged 18 to 25 about 19 times per day on average, according to an Ohio State University study. To put this in perspective, the same men thought about food 18 times per day. What about us? Women reported an average of 10 schmexy thoughts per day, while they thought about food 15 times per day.